Hey everyone, it's Beks Thompson here, and today this video that I'm going to share with you, a story, is something that could mean a difference between life and death for you or someone else. It's a powerful story and it could be the most vital thing that you do today or that you share with a friend. I'm not just saying that, and stay tuned on this live video to find out a little bit more about that, which I'll continue in a moment. But today I am here on beautiful Bribie Island, Beks Thompson from Advanced Health, Personal Development and Yoga. And I'm expert at working out the key to your door, whether it's physical, emotional, energetic, spiritual, life drama, whatever's going on for you. I'm all about building radiance and resilience so you can do what you love without burning out. So let me know if you're here this morning. Bit of a quiet morning. What time is it? About 8:30. Most of you might be off to work. So if you're watching this later, give me a little like, give me a little love. A yes if you get what I'm saying, or if you know someone who might be in this position, or you've been in this position yourself, because what I'm about to share with you is not uncommon. It's not as uncommon as you might think. So this chap that I'm going to share the story with you has given his permission to share some of this story with you without mentioning his name, obviously, so that you can benefit, if you like, and be inspired from his story. And so let me know if you're on watching. Hey, we have a watcher just jumped on, and where you're watching from is always awesome to sort of hear that. Hey, Julie is watching. Hey, Julie, give us a little wave. So are you ready? Just sitting back and just really take this with a bit of levity of the story that I'm about to share with you, because it's a bit of an intimate share. And so a chap came to me for some one-on-one sessions the other day, and as he rocked up and he sat with me, he shared that only the night before he had been about to hang himself, and a friend had come along and stopped him. And then he rocked up at my clinic the next day in a bit of a state, obviously, but the first thing to notice here is that he actually rocked up, and I said to him, wow, mate, you have an incredible life force in you that wants something other than what you were prepared to choose for yourself yesterday, and you have rocked up here to my clinic. That takes such incredible courage, and really sort of celebrated that for him. But also not to take this lightly, because if someone is really feeling to take their life, there is a lot going on for them. Now, I talked the other week about the 3 human needs, and the 3 human needs that we have are to feel loved, to feel like we belong, and to feel like we have a purpose. And all of these 3 things had been taken away from him. He'd lost his relationship. He shared with me that he actually was adopted, and had always felt, levels of anxiety and feeling like he didn't really belong. He wasn't necessarily loved in the way that he wanted, wasn't necessarily understood. And the other thing was that he'd just also lost his job. So everything felt like he'd been taken away from him, and he was really struggling. He was surrounded by other people that were struggling, that needed things from him. Hey Louise, hey Kylie. Today we're talking about a very potent, powerful story of someone who is about to commit suicide, and then they came into my clinic. So just for anyone coming in to this, just to really have that little bit of background, or go back and watch the beginning of this if you're coming in throughout the piece. So we have these 3 core needs which had been taken away from him, and this is what really he felt like there's nothing. Plus he was in a lot of physical pain. So we sat with him, and a big part of the work that I do, hey Sandra, is to really be able to sit with people in whatever that pain is, because so much of the time we spend time in resistance to what is, trying to escape it, trying to work it out, trying to work out the why of everything and the how of moving forward, rather than just being in the what of what is. So notice yourself. Are you always in the how or the why? Why am I feeling like this? Why has this happened to me? How am I going to get out of it? Rather than in the what am I feeling? What is going on here? What can I just sit with? And so we had a very profound process that day, and recorded some processes and meditations for him to sort of go away with. And this is not just kind of any kind of meditation. This is a very sort of precise process of going into this what, and him feeling very safe with me to do that. And I followed up with him each day with a little text to stay connected because of this sense of needing to belong, but needing to connect. And the most amazing thing happened. This man who had been prepared to commit, or almost prepared, because he didn't actually, the universe didn't let him go through with it, to commit suicide the day before he saw me. Within less than a week, actually within 3 or 4 days, his life had turned around massively. He felt alive. He felt like he had a reason to live, and he got offered three jobs that were of his absolute passion. He wasn't trained for them, but he had a lot of experience in his life with these things, and he got offered 3 jobs in his absolute passion. And this is a man who before, like I say, was on the absolute edge, had no job, no sense of like connection, love or belonging, and he found these 3 people that were prepared to trust in him, to put faith in him, and to give him this amazing opportunity doing something that he absolutely loved. This was in 4 days. So, you know, it's true that I often say it can take up to 3 months to really get some permanent change in the nervous system, to get that physical shift and change, to stay and create new habits. But it is also true that miraculous change can happen in short spaces of time. And why did this happen? Why does miraculous change happen in short spaces of time? Why can you go from death to radiant and resilient and vibrant life that quickly? And I'll tell you one of the key ingredients. One of the key ingredients for that is trust, is faith. And for some reason, this guy who was coming along, he trusted me absolutely 100%. He put his complete trust in me. He'd had clients, he had friends, that had worked with me, and he'd touched base with me a couple of times before and had had a great experience around pain relief through one of my yoga classes. So this had really sort of instilled a deep sense of faith in me and my process, that I was the one that was going to be able to help him. But at the same time, he didn't just sort of hand that responsibility over to me. He was prepared to take that responsibility on for himself and to really do the work. And he went away and did this process, and he had complete trust in it. And this opened up infinite potential. Now, I'm not saying that his journey is done and he's all good forever and everything's fine. There's obviously a lot of stuff there going on, but what we need to do when we're trying to unpack our past and our history is to create this strong, stable core initially. We need this core of trust and of faith, and to start that building the rest of our work around that foundation, because then we can start to peel back some of the, you know, emotional past and all the different things that, and the physical stuff that all pile up to get to the point where you want to take your life, which is where he was at. But if we don't build this core foundation, if we go straight into deep emotional processing or straight into trying to like unpack the physical body, with some people, some of the time, that's just going to create more pain, more trauma, more stress, because you haven't created this stable foundation of trust in themselves and in you as the person that's working with them, you know, particularly if you're a friend or a facilitator or a coach. And that is the most crucial thing. The key to anyone's door, no matter what the process or practice is that you're doing with them, is around trust and connection. Because remember, we have these 3 core needs of being loved, feeling like we belong, and that we have some kind of purpose. And when you create a deep connection with somebody of trust, it really kind of ticks a box of all those things. Because if you can see in them this potential that they can't see for themselves, that makes them feel like they have a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging, and that you do really care. So be prepared to go the extra mile for yourself and for someone else. And if you are someone watching this, or you know someone who is on the edge, or you think they might be really on the edge, then hopefully this has given you a few sort of tools or ideas of where to go with them. They need to feel loved. They need to feel like they belong, and not just an "are you okay?" And they need to feel like they have a sense of purpose, that you can see something in them that they maybe can't see for themselves. But that needs to come from a deep place within, not just "oh, you're fine, you can do these things, you can do that." This has to come from a really deep place. And if you're not sure you can provide that or do that for yourself, and of course none of us are necessarily equipped for that or have the tools for that, then, you know, that's where someone like myself comes in. And I just wanted to share this with you because it's been such an amazing week for me to see that huge change when someone has such a deep sense of trust. That you can go from, like I say, being prepared to take your life to feeling like you are alive on purpose, that the universe has got your back, that you're supported and loved, and things are just coming out of the woodwork. That can happen in 3 days. 3 days, if you have complete trust in the process. If you have complete trust in the process, trust in yourself, trust in the person with you, and trust in the process. And that actually goes back, if you look at my climbing post that I did the other day, that's just dropped into me. That's the exact same thing I said there, is that climbing, it creates this sense of trust in yourself, trust in others, and trust in the process. And they are the 3 things that you need. And I'm just so blessed that I can work with people and cultivate that, because that is what gets amazing results. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great this Thursday. I hope you are. And if you're just jumping in at the end of this post, Andrina and Elizabeth, please go back to the beginning, because this is a amazing inspirational story. It could mean the difference between life and death for maybe not you, but someone that you know. So please share if you feel that you have someone in your life that is a little on the edge, or even a client, because there is hope. There is hope, and it's built on trust and faith. And you may be the one to help others to really step off and back from that ledge. And it is so possible, and it can happen so quickly. All right, my lovelies, if you have any comments for me, I know it's a little bit touchy one, but even just put a yes, or I hear you, or just a little smiley face. It's always really great to just sort of, you know, get that interaction between you. And if you're watching this later, please feel free to make a comment, because I will come back and check on it. Hey Sandra, great message. Thank you, Beks. You're welcome, Sandra. Lots of love to you. All right, my lovelies, have a great day. It's Thursday. We're like a week and a half away from Christmas. Have an awesome day, everyone. I'm off to do yoga. Bye.